That's what
Yeah.
that meant? That's
Yes.
my favorite.
You
That's
don't
never-
split the party.
That breaks my heart because that is my favorite series of all of the series that I've ever read is NPCs. Oh, so
Yeah.
you're supposed to play with people.
Yeah, play with people. See,
Not-
Dungeons
and
Baldur's Gate is a replica of Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm really enjoying this game. This is really a Game of the Year competitor.
I'm not a seasoned veteran either.
I wanted to get into Dungeons and Dragons.
Did you split the party?
Okay, here we go.
Greetings, fellow adventurers and RPG enthusiasts. Today we're diving deep into the realm of magic, mystery, and epic storytelling as we journey through the world of Baldur's Gate 3. Whether you're a seasoned Dungeons & Dragons veteran like myself or a curious newcomer to the world of Faerun, you're in for an immersive experience like no other. In this video, we'll be spellbindingly unraveling the secrets of Baldur's Gate 3 from its intricate narrative choices to the awe-inspiring graphics that brings this rich fantasy world to life. But before we embark on the epic quest, don't forget to join our party by hitting that subscribe button and ringing that notification bell so you never miss a moment of our nerdy adventures.
I just like to say, I'm really enjoying this game, and I feel like this is really a Game of the Year competitor. Before it came out, I was like, I don't know about that one. Like, there have been some good games, and there's still going to be some good games coming this year. After picking it up, I'm like, man. And then I've played 4 different campaigns already, or at least started 4 different campaigns so far, and the story is different every time. I did not realize till I talked to Flashmaster that there are 17,000 different endings.
This is what I find difficult about Flashmaster. You recommended this game to me because I wanted to get into Dungeons and Dragons, which my son is a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan. However, I feel like it's different because I'm playing the game on the PC and I don't understand what is going on. I've got stuck in one area and I just keep dying. I log back on, I die. I do this, I die. I come back, I die. And I'm stuck in one area.
Did you split the party?
Split the party? It's only me.
So
that's the problem.
So do you have your 4-person party?
You should have a 4-person party. Yeah.
Yes. So that is the main basis of D&D. So you should never,
at the beginning of the game.
Whenever you go through the tutorial, whenever you're gathering those people in the very beginning. Hold on, wait. Did you start a campaign like to start the game from yourself, or did you join online with other people?
I built the game. I started myself, and then people started joining me. Like, oh, okay, all right. I'm not sure what's happening here.
So in the initial scene, like whenever you're on the ship with the mind flayers, did you pick up any other characters along the way with you on that?
They just showed up. I didn't know how they showed up.
Right, like one of them showed up probably, and then another one you probably set free.
Set free. You see, this is game, and this is
you can't play it by yourself.
This is where I find the game is difficult because if you start this game and you start playing by yourself, you're not going to know this, and you're going to be confused.
Yeah, unless you're a seasoned Dungeons and Dragons player. That's the only way that you can start it by yourself and know what to do.
I will say for Mad V, I would hope that you can understand at least a little bit of this. You were the one that introduced me to NPCs by Drew Hayes. And the second book in the series is called Split the Party.
Split the party. That's what that meant? That's my favorite. That breaks my heart because that is my favorite series of all of the series that I've ever read is NPCs. Oh. So you're supposed to play with people.
Yeah, play with people. Baldur's Gate is an exact replica of Dungeons & Dragons. There's some things that they changed because it is a game. The Dungeons & Dragons is meant to be played with other people. You cannot play it by yourself, because if you're playing it by yourself, you're just the dungeon master going, this happens. Cool, that does happen. And that there's nothing going on.
You know what's so people need to know this. When you play this game, don't approach it from a Final Fantasy or an RPG perspective. If you go in there, you're going to die a lot.
I'm not a seasoned veteran either. I'm very much new to Dungeons & Dragons. I never actually played a game, but I went to hang out with friends that were playing it at the time and just couldn't quite comprehend how it all functioned. To me, D&D is a very difficult game.
D&D is a very difficult game to play if you have a bad dungeon master. Your dungeon master is the person, being a dungeon master myself, is the person to explain the rules for you and explain it so simple to where it makes sense. I didn't have a good dungeon master whenever I first played, but I went in and I watched Critical Role, one of the best dungeon masters in D&D. And actually, one really cool fact, he's a voice actor and he plays the characters in Baldur's Gate as well.
All right, so you know what's crazy though, like, you know, Baldur's Gate, like, I've known about Baldur's Gate since like 98, you know, when the first Baldur's Gate first dropped, and then Baldur's Gate 2 that came out in 2000, and then there's another one that was an expansion, Throne of Baal. Like, it was a very action-packed game. My uncle played that game while I was on the Shadowrun tip. Right, so when you guys are talking about like the idea of like, oh, split the party, NPCs pick up whatever, you have to have the NPCs roll with you. That was one thing that I've noticed in Shadowrun. I know we're talking about Baldur's Gate, but it's like easier to have like an NPC roll with you than like a real player sometimes. Is that true? What do you think, Flashmaster Nas?
Yeah,
yes,
your
absolutely.
NPC.
The entire time, whenever you get into combat, you get to control what those NPCs do, and you
Yes.
even get to change their classes if you want to as well. At the very beginning, you pick up like a fighter Githyanki. That's the first person you meet. I actually have already started multiclassing her to be a fighter barbarian because I knew I needed a barbarian as well. And the fact that you can multiclass in this game, just like in D&D, is excellent. It's so intricate into the details of the character creation. Like I've said before, it is D&D in a video game, and that's been what I've wanted as a dungeon master, as the forever dungeon master, because I never get to play as a character.
What I feel is going to be difficult with this whole thing is people that are not D&D players, we're used to having direction. And if you, with this game, there's no direction. There is do what you want.
Well, a great example of that. Let me give a great example of that. Justin helped me out with this when he came over one night and kind of got me started on playing Baldur's Gate. So he and I were playing, and I'm trying to move my characters through the first level. You know, I'm new to this. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm trying to move my characters through, and I'm just kind of running. We're playing a 4-man group. Me, him, his wife. I'm running through, and I'm just trying to fight and go through. I'm leaving them behind, not knowing what I'm doing. And I get to a point where it's like, okay, I can only make 2 moves. And he's like, did you try to run? Did you try to sprint? What?
Did you
What?
dash? Yeah.
How do you, what do you mean, did I dash? What the heck is, he's like, okay, so you go to this menu, right? But then you got to go over and over, and you're like, what the heck is all this crap?
Yep.
So I think from a newcomer's, especially like mine, from a newcomer's perspective, learning all of those intricacies is very difficult. I'm starting to kind of get the hang of it now, and I've played it for a little bit, but I'm still stuck on a 2-man group and couldn't get the person out of the pod that I needed to get out. It wouldn't let me do it. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Someone else in our Nerd or Nothing group. So I was playing a game called Neo with him. We reached a point where he said, this is not for you. Apparently gaming is not for you, and that's the way I felt when I was playing Baldur's Gate.
I mean, I think with games like Neo, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, any of those games, you have to be that kind of gamer. That is a Souls type game that is intended for you to have a challenge if you're that kind of gamer. Those are rage quit games, 100%. Baldur's Gate is not that. And I would say it's mainly because it's turn-based. It's very much turn-based, like a lot of old school RPGs. You know, think Final Fantasy, think any kind of games in that realm. Like, you have your turn to attack, you make the right decision or you make the wrong decision, you're going to pay for it in some way.
It feels like a tabletop game, especially with how they did split screen, couch play.
Yes, I did
And
like that.
that makes it so much simpler for explaining, like if somebody's right next to you playing. I can see your screen. Go over to this screen, press this, and you can instruct them on how to play. Just like with a lot of older games. You can do the split screen and also do online play to get your other 2 party members as well.
In my opinion, I'm going to have to stick with this, and I'm going to be firm on this. I would not recommend you play this game. If you're new and someone says buy Baldur's Gate 3 and you're by yourself, do not get
I would recommend being, handheld into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get one quick walkthrough, like just a quick 30-minute walkthrough with someone on this game, you'll be like, oh, I get it.
And Vern, I'll hit you up on the side and give you that walkthrough. I got
So
you.
now you're gonna help me? You told me
Yeah.
I already spent the money on the game. Now you're gonna help me? All right, that's cool.
You need the PlayStation. But here, but that's actually brings up something that's very valid and important, because right now I'm sitting here on the fence about the game, about purchasing it, because there's so many other games that are very similar. But based off of how Flashmaster and Mad V and Nas, actually all of you guys have been describing it, it's like, damn, you know what? Maybe I will invest the money, because there's nothing better than teaming up with you guys. Now, here's the selling point for me. How many players can you have on a team with you? Or
4.
Like, is only 4?
Well, I mean, while you're playing, yes. The other ones can sit in the camp, so we can all be playing in the same... I think it's like 8 of us could be playing in the same game, but only 4 of us could be on an adventure together at once, right?
And balance your party as well. Make sure you always have a healer with you. And that is a wrap for our adventures through Baldur's Gate 3. We hope you had as much fun as we did exploring the realms of Faerun. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share it with your fellow adventurers, and make sure you subscribe. By doing so, you'll become a valued member of the Nerd or Nothing community. But hold on to your dice, because we've got something special in store for all you tabletop gaming enthusiasts out there. Introducing our brand new channel, Tabletop Tavern. We're setting the stage for epic tabletop gaming adventures, from daring quests in Dungeons & Dragons to the challenges of Talisman in the immersive world of Baldur's Gate 3. It's a place where the roll of the dice can change your fate, and every decision can lead to victory or defeat. If you're a fan of tabletop gaming, role-playing, or just enjoy watching epic quests unfold, be sure to subscribe to Tabletop Tavern using the link description below. We can't wait to embark on our new adventures with you. Thanks, nerds.